How do you handle and preserve trace evidence? Have you ever wondered how detectives in crime films manage to find tiny clues that lead them to solve complex cases? One of the most fascinating aspects is the handling and preservation of trace evidence. This evidence can include small materials like fibers, hair, or even dust. These tiny pieces can play a significant role in linking suspects to a crime scene. Let's break down how this process works. First, the identification of trace evidence is essential. Investigators must recognize what materials are present at the crime scene. This could be fibers from clothing or hair strands. In films, you often see detectives carefully examining the area, looking for these small clues. Next comes the collection of this evidence. There are various methods used to gather trace evidence. For instance, tweezers are often used to pick up individual fibers. Vacuuming can also be effective for collecting materials from larger areas. In many crime films, these methods are shown with a focus on the precision required to avoid contamination. Specialized tools are also important. Tape lifting is a common technique for collecting hair and fibers. This involves applying a special tape to a surface and then lifting it off, which brings the trace evidence with it. In movies, this technique is often highlighted as a sophisticated way to gather evidence while keeping it uncontaminated. Once the evidence is collected, packaging it properly is crucial. Trace evidence must be stored carefully to prevent contamination. Typically, investigators use paper or specialized containers for storage. In crime films, you often see this packaging process portrayed as a critical step to maintain the integrity of the evidence. Storage conditions also matter. Trace evidence should be kept in a controlled environment to avoid degradation. This means keeping it away from moisture, heat, and direct sunlight. In many movies, this is depicted as a secure, climate-controlled facility where evidence is stored safely. Transportation of trace evidence is another key aspect. It is vital to maintain the integrity of the packaging during transport. This prevents exposure to environmental factors that could compromise the evidence. In films, this careful process often involves specialized containers and secure vehicles to ensure the evidence remains intact. In summary, the handling and preservation of trace evidence in crime films highlight the meticulous nature of forensic science. The attention to detail in these scenes reflects the real-world importance of preserving evidence for accurate forensic analysis. While the dramatization may exaggerate some aspects, it emphasizes the need for precision in collecting and analyzing these small but significant clues. Understanding these techniques can help viewers appreciate the complexities involved in solving crimes.